On Wednesdays, we wear pink, except today's Tuesday. Hey, this is Shaily, and you're watching EatBreatheBooks. If anyone doesn't know where that's from, it's the little Disney Channel logo. I wanted to be a Disney star when I was a kid. Today, I'm doing a requested video. This is gonna be me talking about my young adult YA romance book recommendation, specifically books that take place in the summertime or have that good summer vibe. Love YA contemporary romance. It's my thing, it's my jam, it's my favorite genre. Some of these are more well-known and some I think are not, which is always a good, nice mix to have. So let's get started. All right, for the first minute or two, I will talk about the ones that are more well-known, just because I do think they are really good recommendations. So the first is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Incredible trilogy. The books are The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer. I love these books so much growing up. These are the books that made me wish I could live in a small beach town during the summer. You know, have a house on the waterfront. I'll have, you know, my summer friends fall in love, fun family events, all that kind of stuff. So I love this trilogy so much. If you don't know what it's about a girl named Belly, and it's another summer back in the small beach town that she goes to every year with her mom. And who else lives in the house with them? Her mom's bestie and her two sons. And Belly has always been close with these boys, Conrad and Jeremiah. However, this summer, it's different because she's turned pretty, which basically means she's, you know, like gone through some puberty, gained more confidence, and the boys are noticing. So there's this really just fun love triangle with her and the brothers. It gets kind of emotional at times and it's so good. As my first recommendation, I know that a lot of people have been talking about it, but I had to say it because it truly is a good YA summer recommendation, and if you didn't know if you should read it, this is your sign to definitely do so. The next is also someone that a lot of people know, but I do feel like with the new generation coming up, like not a lot of people have read from her, and that's Sarah Dessen. This is Along for the Ride, which has just been adapted into a Netflix movie. I want to do like a video where I talk about the book and the film, but we'll see. This book I'm actually only halfway through right now, but I'm loving so much. But I will say a lot of Sarah Dessen's books have that summer vibe and take place in the summer. So you have like Along for the Ride, the rest of the story. I'm sure there are other ones as well. She just captures that small town summer vibe so well. Along for the Ride in specific is about a girl whose parents are divorced. She's not really close to anyone, and she grew up very much in this like adult type of world. She didn't have a lot of friends growing up. She didn't do all the childhood things. For the summer, she decides to go visit her dad and his new wife and their baby. Her dad also is like pretty neglectful. The new wife is having a hard time with the kid, and over time, like the protagonist gets closer to them and grows and experiences this childhood she never really got to have with this boy. The two of them have a lot of trouble sleeping at night, so they bond and hang out at night a lot. And he's like a bike rider, and so there's a lot of significance about like the bikes and things like that. Definitely, if you're looking for that small town summer vibe, I would definitely check out Sarah Dessen's books. The next is a book that I have definitely mentioned on this channel a handful of times, but it's worth mentioning again, especially because this is literally like a YA summer recommendation video. That's A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Namey. This did get some buzz because it was a Reese's YA book club pick, but I don't see people talking about it enough online, honestly. This one is about a girl who has grown up in Miami, in Little Havana, which is the Cuban neighborhood. She's very much in love with her culture, but then, sorry, there's an issue with the clip, so I'm just going to explain what happens in this book. So this girl and her sister, they want to take over the family business, which is this like pastry bakery that they have in Miami. But then 3 really bad things happen to her that are hard for her to deal with. So her parents send her off to London to be with family that she doesn't know very well. This book is so fun because it's definitely got those good summer abroad vibes, you know, in London for the summer, falling in love, making new friends, concerts, lots of talk about food, family. I mean, it is so precious, and it just has that good vibe. Like you read this and you're like, oh, I want to go abroad for the summer. So definitely I would check this one out if you're into like abroad summery books. The next one, this is Breathless by Jennifer Niven. Those summer vibes. It's about a girl whose parents tell her that they're getting divorced, and she feels like the floor has been pulled out from underneath her, and she and her mom go to an island for the summer to stay with her mom's family, who she doesn't know very well. And it's across the street from this like inn, I guess you could kind of say, bed and breakfast sort of situation, and she becomes friends with the people who work there, and just people who like work around the island and stuff, and this like amazing guy. Breathless by Jennifer Niven. The next books that I have are books that I read a longer time ago, and I don't have the books on me currently, so I will like put a picture right here on this blank wall and show you. So the first is called Magnolia by Christy Cook. This book is incredibly underrated. I love this book so much. I've read it twice now. A girl and a guy and their families are basically their family want them to get together, okay? Their families always shipped them since they were children. They're like, we want you guys to get married and have kids and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, okay? They're not into it. The guy and the girl are, I guess you could kind of say it's like an enemies to lovers. They like don't want to be together and everything, but then they start falling for each other, but they don't want anyone to know because it's like, oh, then we'll give into what our family wants for us or whatever the reasoning is. And I need more people to read Magnolia by Christy Cook because I feel like I'm the only one who talks about it and it needs to happen. I need people to read it. Please read it and let me know what you think. The next two books I'm going to talk about are by Huntley Fitzpatrick, who unfortunately passed away in the last month. I believe she died in April, so rest in peace to Huntley Fitzpatrick. She was an incredible writer. She was so good, and I know she was well loved by a lot of people in this world, not only in the book community but in her life. But I wanted to honor her and talk about a couple of her books that I've really loved. So she's released 3 books. She released My Life Next Door, What I Thought Was True, and there's a third one which I actually haven't read. So I'll talk about the 2 that I have and tell you how much I love them. The first one is called My Life Next Door. This is a peak ultimate summer vibes, okay? Like this is the book that you read and like you're just in the world. Oh, it's so good. I read it years ago and I still think about it. So this one is about a girl who grew up in a pretty like quiet family. I'm pretty sure she's an only child, but her neighbors next door are super loud. They bond all the time. They have so much fun together and she wants to be part of the world so bad. And she actually does start becoming part of the world and they take her under her wing, so to speak, and she becomes a part of the family. So it's her life next door. And this guy in the family likes her. And he starts coming over the fence to her side. So he comes into her world, you see? Ultimate peak summer vibes, first love, summer romance. So freaking good. And the other one is called What I Thought Was True. I thought this one was so unique. It has this unexplainable kind of unique vibe when you're like, okay, I'm reading something different. So good, but just different. I'm getting a different vibe. This one is about a book about a girl who believes she's made a mistake with a guy on the island on which she lives, and all she wants to do is escape. She has a lot of, I wouldn't say preconceived notions, but just like notions about like the place that she lives in, like things that she thinks are true that, you know, are not. And she sees the island and herself and this guy as really negative. She's scared of like falling into this similar fate that people in her family have had. She wants something else. She wants something different and she wants to get off the island. But then her dad gives her this news that's like kind of surprising. I don't remember the book entirely, which is why this kind of sounds like I'm explaining a Goodreads bio, which I am. But yeah, she stays on the island and spends time with this guy. They have to be around each other. It's kind of like a second chance romance. It's just really different and has that good vibe. It takes place on an island, okay? Like, it's gonna be good. The next one I want to talk about is Morgan Matson. She has a couple books that take place in the summer. The Unexpected Everything is one of them. I would say my favorite summer book from her probably is Since You've Been Gone. That one is about a girl whose best friend disappears. I think she leaves a note behind or something and she tries to find her. She teams up with these guys in her neighborhood and they try to find her best friend, but her best friend is, I believe, the kind of person who doesn't really want to be found. I know it's giving Margot from Paper Towns, but it's kind of similar, like in that aspect, I guess. But yeah, it's like this story of like trying to find her and trying to deal with the fact that she's not here. Just so much fun. It's got that good summer vibe, those friendship vibes. There's some romance in there too. I really enjoyed this one. I definitely would want to reread it. The cover is also super cool. So yeah, Morgan's got a ton of really fun stories that all have that like spring summery, just like that good vibe. That one is about a girl who has worked at this ice cream stand for the last couple of summers. It was opened by this woman who is very, very old and actually is like found dead at the beginning of the book. And so she and her friends and the younger girls and everything decide to take over the stand and continue running it anyway, even without this woman who was the only one who knew the recipe to the ice cream. Her grandson comes to town. He's like an up and coming like business mogul. Well, like he just finished freshman year in college, but his dad's like this big business guy and I believe he's gonna like follow in his footsteps. So he comes and wants to take over the business. So like they're supposed to be rivals and she's not supposed to like him. The whole like concept of like legacy, like passing on a legacy and wanting to like continue to keep someone's like memory and name alive. The thing that they did that like so many people love, because everyone in the town loves the ice cream stand. The tourists love the ice cream stand. The girls who work there love it. And there are also like old letters from the woman who owned the stand. It gets kind of historical. Working a job in the summer, ice cream vibes. Like it's one of those books that like romanticizes like working at an ice cream store and stuff like that, which I've never done, but that sounds fun. So yeah, definitely recommend that for the good summer vibes. All right, those are all the recommendations that I have for today. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. It was really fun to film. So go ahead and leave a comment down below, please, letting me know any summer recommendations that you have or that you are gonna check out now. And make sure to like the video because it helps me out. Subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. I'm really hoping to post more, so stay tuned. Bye!